What's up, everybody? It's MDP, the Modern Day Prophet, and I'm here to do another video for y'all. This video is going to be called Terrence Crawford Would Not Beat Prime Mayweather. Terrence Crawford can't beat Mayweather now. And why am I making this video? What is the point of me having to make a video like this? Well, I was reading a sports article, and I read somewhere where Bob Arum came out and said that Terrence Crawford would beat Prime Mayweather. And that was just such a ridiculous thing to say. Such a big, bold-faced lie that I had to address that one. And I want to let all of y'all, y'all, I'm 50 years old. I've been watching boxing for 40 years. Boxing and not MMA for 40, but for as long as MMA has been around, I've been watching it. So I love combat sports. I love combat sports. And I've watched boxing for a long time. And let me tell y'all this. For anybody that's new to boxing, Floyd Mayweather is the greatest fighter in the history of boxing. I don't care what the generation is. I don't care what the generation is. Floyd Mayweather is to boxing what Michael Jordan is to basketball. So there is no way Floyd Mayweather has embarrassed better boxers than Terrence Crawford. And let me say, no disrespect whatsoever to Terrence Crawford. I love Terrence Crawford. I love watching his fights. I always watch him fight. I've been watching him fight since he's first started. And the thing is, this is the thing. The welterweight division right now in boxing is the worst I have ever seen it in my entire time watching boxing. This is the weakest welterweight division I have ever seen in my entire life. So Terrence Crawford is the best, but he's the best among a bunch of lesser fighters. You know, he's not having to fight the Tim Bradleys in his prime, the Manny Pacquiao's in his prime. You know, even if you go way back to Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. Well, Marvin Hagler was more of a middleweight, but you know, Roberto Duran or I can't even think of the other dude with the real good jab. The one who beat Ray Leonard, it'll come to me, I'm sure. Tommy Hearns. Even if you go back to that generation, okay, if you look at Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, you know, before Crawford beat Spence, the two best, their one common opponent, the best fighter that they had both beat between them was Shawn Porter. Now, no disrespect to Shawn Porter. Once again, I have a great amount of respect for Porter. Porter was a good fighter. Porter was a very good fighter. Porter had a lot of heart, a lot of determination, a lot of speed, a lot of power. But Porter was never an elite level fighter. He was just a good fighter. He was never going to be talked about as one of the greatest ever. It is what it is. No disrespect to him at all. Now, let's even talk about Terrence Crawford beating Errol Spence. Errol Spence looked like Skeletor for that fight. He was emaciated. There's no way that Errol Spence was fighting at his best. He was too big for the division. And honestly, that fight is the last time we'll ever see him fighting at welterweight. He's going to have to move up to junior middleweight or super welterweight. He can't fight at that weight. He was too big for the division. Which brings me to Jared Boots Ennis, the one other contender in the division who everybody says might be Crawford. But the thing is, he's in the same position Spence was in, where he's too big for the division. And eventually is going to catch up to him. So if Terrence Crawford just waits him out, he's eventually going to fight him, and Ennis is going to be looking just like Spence did when he fought Crawford. And he's going to get beat up. So the division is terrible. It's horrible. I honestly don't think, and like I said, no disrespect to Crawford, but I don't really think he could beat a prime Tim Bradley, to be honest, or a prime Manny Pacquiao, or like a lot of those other fighters, man. That division was just way strong, and he definitely wouldn't beat Prime Mayweather. Nobody is beating Prime Mayweather. Like I said, I don't care what the generation is. What Sugar Ray not beating him, Tommy Hearns not beating him. Mayweather mastered every aspect of boxing. every aspect of it, like Jordan mastered every aspect of basketball. Whether it was the head movement, the body movement, the timing, the spacing, reflexes. I mean, everything. It was almost impossible to hit Mayweather. And then on top of all of his mastery of boxing, he had the fastest first step in boxing I've ever seen. I've never ever seen anybody imitate when he would step in, pop you, and step back out before you could do anything about it. I have never seen anybody do that, and I've never seen anybody be able to deal with it. Not one person he fought could deal with that. Not one. That's why he retired undefeated. That's why nobody ever beat him, because nobody could deal with that. They couldn't deal with that first step or his mastery. And if Floyd Mayweather came out of retirement right now, he would beat Terrence Crawford right now, today, 2024. July 13th, 2024. If Floyd Mayweather came out of retirement right now, he would still beat Terrence Crawford. Make no mistake about that. Terrence Crawford just doesn't have the skill level to beat Mayweather. Nobody did. Nobody ever did. There is no boxer. There is no welterweight for sure that can beat Floyd Mayweather. So even though Terrence Crawford is great, we don't really know how great he really would be if the other boxers were better. Like I said, the pool of welterweights right now is pathetic. It's absolutely horrible. The only two true fighters right now, this generation, who I think would be good in any generation, are Tank Davis and Inoue. Those are the two fighters, the two best fighters of the current generation. I even think Canelo is saying, I think he's done. He's not prime no more. He's on the decline. So now when Canelo was prime, Canelo was one of the best ever. There's so many. Joe Calzaghe, Bernard Hopkins, Vladimir Klitschko, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. I could name so many amazing boxers, but you're based on the competition you face. And like I said, Terrence Crawford, he running around with a big ego, but I really don't have him that high on a list of the greatest. Well, he would be in the top 20, possibly, but he definitely wouldn't be in my top 10 greatest welterweights ever. And like I said, I love to watch him fight. No disrespect. It just is what it is, man. I know boxing, and I've watched boxing I've seen a lot of great fighters. Andre Ward is somebody I forgot. There have been so many amazing fighters, that the state of boxing right now, because it's not even just the welterweight division, the heavyweight division is horrible as well, even though it's been terrible for a long time, for years, decades. I ain't gonna say decades, but, back when Lennox Lewis was the champ, it was still pretty good, but after that, it went downhill fast, but yeah, I would love to get your thoughts. Am I just being too hard on Crawford? Am I saying anything unjust? I know I'm not, because I always know what I'm talking about. But I would love to hear what y'all think. Do y'all think Terrence Crawford could be the prime Mayweather? Do y'all think anybody could be the prime Mayweather? Let me know y'all thoughts. Anyway, y'all, please like the video. Please share the video. If you want to get some good conversations going, please subscribe to the channel. And that's it. Thank y'all for watching the video. I love you. Peace.